You're watching Tag TV.
Hello and welcome to Newsweek South Asia, a program that exposes Pakistan's role and nexus in promoting global terrorism and its funding. Here are the headlines. Financial Action Task Force puts Pakistan on grey list for terror financing. US envoy Nikki Haley urges Pakistan to stop protecting terrorists. LET chief Hafiz Saeed starts campaigning for general elections in Pakistan. And Pakistan's conspiracy behind creating terror in Jammu and Kashmir exposed. The Financial Action Task Force, that is the FATF, an international watchdog of global anti-terrorism financing, has decided to keep Pakistan on its grey list. This comes as a huge blow for Pakistan, who refused to fall in line to control terror originating from its soil despite repeated warnings. Newsweek South Asia has a report.
Be it the Haqqani network, Al-Qaeda or the Taliban, there are many terror outfits operating from Pakistan's soil. Most of these organizations are being financed by Islamabad with an aim of creating a proxy war in their neighboring India and Afghanistan. Now, all these sins have come back to bite Pakistan as it has faced major embarrassment ahead of its parliamentary elections in July. The global money laundering and anti-terror financing watchdog, Financial Action Task Force (FATF), announced at its plenary meeting in Paris on 27 June that Pakistan be kept on its grey list as it had failed to control terror financing. Pakistan was placed in the grey list in the year 2012 to 2015.
On Wednesday, the FATA, the Financial Action Task Force, put Pakistan again on the grey list for 1 year. Though Pakistan had submitted 26 points with regard to the action taken by them, but this was not accepted, and I think this is going to affect Pakistan's image globally and also will create financial problem for the Pakistan.
The UN Financial Action Task Force decision to keep Pakistan on a grey list is a good decision from the perspective of India and a very bad decision from the point of view of Pakistan. This is a UN body which ensures that terror financing which goes to the terrorist groups is stopped either by official means such as money laundering, etc. And they have been telling Pakistan to stop all official aid to the terror groups. While Pakistan has put certain curbs, but obviously they have not done adequately. So therefore, again, the FATF has told Pakistan that should you not follow the UN curbs, then we are going to keep you on the grey list.
The intergovernmental FATF had earlier had a meeting in February where it decided to include Pakistan in the grey list by a consensus decision. The United States has already announced aid cuts to Pakistan for its lack of cooperation in tackling the Haqqani network. In particular, the spotlight is on the Hafiz Saeed-led Jamaat-ud-Dawa and Falai-e-Insaniyat Foundation that operates in the country.
As I've said, this has been examining from the last 2012 to 15, they had given time to Pakistan to control the funding of the terrorists like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jamaat-ul-Dawa, but I think the body has not been satisfied. There was a meet of about 37 countries, and what report action plan Pakistan submitted has been rejected, and additional time has been given to Pakistan to solve this problem.
A delegation led by Pakistani Interim Minister for Finance and Planning, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, appraised the global watchdog of steps taken by Pakistan to stifle terror financing and money laundering. But it fails to convince them for adequate steps taken by Pakistan government to eradicate terrorism from its soil. Experts say this decision will affect the Pakistan economy in an extremely negative way.
This will increase the cost of financing for Pakistan government. World Bank IMF, etc., all those bodies which provide financial aid will now give it to Pakistan at a much higher rate. There was the latest news that Pakistan's current account deficit is on the higher side, and possibly they require a bailout from either IMF or a World Bank to pay for their current imports. Now, if if the money is not going to be given by the World Bank, they will have a very serious implication as far as economy is concerned. So it's a good thing. This will ensure that Pakistan remains on its toes and tries to do something at least to stop the aid to the terror groups officially. But it's a long-drawn process. The Pakistanis can still give money by unofficial means, but at least official means will stop.
Before the FATF meeting earlier this year, Pakistan's government amended the anti-terror legislation through an ordinance to include all UN-designated individuals and groups in the national listing of prescribed outfits and persons. Evidently, these actions did not satisfy the FATF.
Moving on, the United States ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, has also slammed Pakistan, saying the country becoming a haven for terror groups cannot be tolerated. On her visit to New Delhi, Ambassador Haley said that India and US must be global leaders in the fight against terrorism. Newsweek South Asia has a report.
The United States ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, said the US values Pakistan as a partner in its fight against terrorism but cannot tolerate the country becoming a haven for terrorists. During a media interaction in the Indian capital, New Delhi, the American envoy said India is widely respected despite possessing nuclear capabilities, as it is a democratic country and a member of 3 non-proliferation groups.
Neither of our nations can afford to turn a blind eye to regimes that produce, harbor, and support terrorists. In this area, the United States is approaching our relationship with Pakistan differently than in the past. In many instances, Pakistan has been a partner with us, and we value and respect that. But we cannot tolerate its government or any other government giving safe haven to terrorists. We are communicating this message to Pakistan more strongly than in the past, and we hope to see changes. The U.S.-India military partnership is also deepening. We have significantly upgraded our security cooperation with India, which is now a major defense partner of the United States. When America's and India's defense and foreign ministers meet, they will discuss ways that the United States can continue to support India as a provider of regional security, particularly in and around the Indian Ocean.
On Wednesday, Haley called on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and also met India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj to strengthen ongoing cooperation in the United Nations. Her visit came days before the US-India 2+2 dialogue on July 6, which will focus on strengthening strategic security and defense cooperation.
I think there has been a certain review of the United States policy towards South Asia. You can see this over the last, I would say, few months, meaning, if you recall, there was a tweet that President Trump had put out about the so-called Trump policy towards Pakistan and South Asia, and many people in India felt that this was very welcome and that the United States is finally doing something that India has been long advocating, which is to really, I think, make Pakistan accountable and make the Pakistani state, that is both the political leadership in Islamabad and the army leadership in Rawalpindi, accountable and hold their feet to the fire, so that Muridke, which is the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Taiba and other terror groups that operate against India, would be constrained and there would be some pressure applied on them. Instead of which, if you look at the sequence of events over the last few months, and here I'm looking at American policy towards South Asia in a larger sense, which is Pakistan and Afghanistan and India, it appears that Trump is going back to the kind of policies that his predecessors had followed, which is to cut more slack to Pakistan's army and security, the intelligence agencies, and this is evident in the American policy towards Afghanistan.
She also conveyed that the US supports India's membership in Nuclear Suppliers Group, considering it is a nuclear state which is widely respected.
In the last couple of years, India has joined 3 major non-proliferation groupings. The United States also fully supports India's membership in the Nuclear Suppliers Group. India continues to demonstrate it is a responsible steward of its nuclear technology.
Haley also mentioned China in her speech and said that the country was important, but noted that its expanding role in the region, especially the waters, is a matter of concern for the US and other countries, as China does not share democratic values.
Moving on, Pakistan not only provides a safe haven to terror outfits but allows these dreaded terrorists to be part of its National Assembly. The Mumbai terror attack mastermind and founder of Lashkar-e-Taiba terror outfit, Hafiz Saeed, is now gearing up for the general elections scheduled to be held next month. Saeed's son and son-in-law are among the 265 candidates fielded by the Jamaat-ud-Dawa. Newsweek South Asia has this report.
It is almost 10 years and the residents of India's Mumbai city are still awaiting justice for the horrific 26/11 Mumbai attacks, which was planned and formulated by Lashkar-e-Taiba chief Hafiz Muhammad Saeed. The attack killed 164 people and wounded 293 others.
दरखास्त करता हूं कि भाइयों अज़म करो। यहां से मैंने बात शुरू की थी। भले तुकब्बिरुल्लाह अला मा हदाकुम। इंशाअल्लाह हमारी जुबान भी कहेगी अल्लाहु अकबर अल्लाहु अकबर। हमारे रवैये भी कहेंगे अल्लाहु अकबर और इंशाअल्लाह इस मिशन के साथ पाकिस्तान के गली कूचों से आवाज बुलंद होगी अल्लाहु अकबर।
Saeed, who is one of the most wanted terrorists having a $10 million US bounty on his head, is often seen on the streets of Pakistan, campaigning openly for the Allahu Akbar Tehreek, a dormant political entity formed by him. His party has decided to field 265 candidates for the national and provincial assembly seats across Pakistan and has vowed to make Pakistan a citadel of Islam. Saeed recently addressed a political rally at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore.
पाकिस्तान को एक आजाद मुल्क ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह का मुल्क बना के खड़ा करना और पूरे आलम इस्लाम की क़यादत के लिए इस इस्लामी एटमी पाकिस्तान को तैयार करना, यहाँ रहने वाले सब लोगों को मुत्तहिद करना, एक उम्मत बनाना, फिरकावारियत का खात्मा करना और कलमा तैयबा पर ये नबी के मिशन पर इंशाअल्लाह खड़ा करना है।
Experts believe that Hafiz Saeed's entry into mainstream politics will be more disastrous for Pakistan itself.
Pakistan is heading for national elections on the 25th of July. It is absolutely evident to the Pakistani army and the ISI that Nawaz Sharif's party will once again emerge as a major political dispensation. They neither want a strong parliament nor a strong government which will have legislative powers over the army and the judiciary. They are mortally scared of this, and hence they are going all out to ensure that Nawaz Sharif's party is cut down to size by allowing people like Hafiz Saeed to play a major role. Should Hafiz Saeed come into politics in a very major way, in addition to it being a problem for India, Israel, United States and the rest of the global community, it will be a major disaster for Pakistan itself. The moment it happens, Pakistan will be shifted from grey state to black state. Huge amount of sanctions will be imposed. Pakistan's economy will sink further and Pakistan will head towards breakup.
Calling the violence in India's Jammu and Kashmir state a beginning of a new era, Hafiz Saeed continues to hold public rallies and call for the independence of Kashmir. He claims that the local Kashmiris are dying to unite Kashmir with Pakistan. Saeed enjoys the patronage of the Pakistan Army and the intelligence agencies, the ISI and the military intelligence, and worked as their proxies.
The idea is downright disastrous for the global community as well as I said for Pakistan itself. It will have consequences way beyond what they're thinking at this point of time. The most corrupt element in Pakistan today is the Pakistani army and the ISI, where all the generals in totality are corrupt beyond imagination. That notwithstanding, they are finding the politicians corrupt, and anybody and everybody, whether it be the media or the judiciary, who has the courage to speak up, is being taken to task. The consequences of Pakistan being declared an Islamic state, nuclear state, it is already there. It is an established fact that it's a nuclear state, will have, as I said, graver implications for Pakistan itself, because the entire global community would be forced to come together to put Pakistan in its place.
Another senior JUD leader, Qari Muhammad Sheikh Yaqub, who is on the US designated terror list, has also been given a ticket for National Assembly 125 Lahore. Yaqub, a member of LET's Central Advisory Committee, has held several different leadership positions in the group since 2006. These dreaded terrorists are now planning to head to Parliament in Islamabad.
Moving on, the police in India's Jammu and Kashmir have revealed Pakistan's role behind hatching a conspiracy to create terror in the state. An investigation has revealed that the assassination of Kashmiri journalist Shujat Bukhari was plotted by terrorists in Pakistan. As the terrorists are planning more attacks in the Kashmir Valley, security has been beefed up for the annual Amarnath Yatra, which has been resumed recently. Newsweek South Asia has a report.
Pakistan's malicious design to create instability in Jammu and Kashmir has been unmasked. A police investigation reveals the conspiracy to kill senior journalist Shujat Bukhari was done in Pakistan and executed by 3 Lashkar-e-Toiba militants. Pictures of 4 suspects were also released who killed the editor-in-chief of Rising Kashmir and his 2 guards on June 14 in Srinagar. The 3 militants were identified as Azad Ahmed Malik, alias Dada, Muzaffar Mehmed and Naveed Jatt,
who are wanted by the law, and the investigation has so far established that this terror crime was done by proscribed terrorist organization Lashkar-e-Toiba. The conspiracy was hatched in Pakistan and the execution was done by the 3 accused who are now wanted by the law.
The militants continue to carry out strikes in the Kashmir Valley, but the security forces have taken all measures to eliminate their designs. In a recent grenade attack in Tral area of Kashmir, as many as 9 soldiers sustained injuries. As per local reports, militants threw a grenade and opened fire at paramilitary troops when they were on patrol earlier in the afternoon.
6-7 लोगों को स्प्लिंटर इंजरी आई है, देख रहे हैं, उनको शिफ्ट किया, हॉस्पिटल में इलाज हो रहा है.
More than 130 people have been killed this year in militant violence, and the situation further deteriorated when certain masked men flaunted flags of militant organization, Islamic State and Pakistan-based militant organization Jaish-e-Mohammed. Similarly, on 24 June, 2 militants were killed, which included a probable Pakistani national, while the 3rd militant surrendered in the Kulgam district of the state.
कुलगाम एरिया में एक स्पेसिफिक इनपुट पे एक ऑपरेशन लॉन्च हुआ. उसमें 2 टॉप लश्कर-ए-तोयबा के साथ वाबस्ता रखने वाले टेररिस्ट मारे गए हैं. उनमें शकूर डार, एक डिवीजन कमांडर लश्कर-ए-तोयबा का, वो मारा गया है, और एक और टेररिस्ट इसको पाकिस्तानी जिस तरह के सबूत हमें मिले हैं, मटेरियल मिले हैं, उस पे बेसिस पे लग रहा है कि पाकिस्तानी टेररिस्ट है, वो मारा गया है.
The annual Amarnath Yatra has begun, and the security personnel and government authorities are ensuring to keep the pilgrims safe from any sort of militant attack. Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Narendra Nath Vohra, reviewed security and other arrangements for the pilgrimage to the Amarnath shrine. Last year, on July 10th, 7 people were killed and 12 were injured after militants opened fire on a bus. The pilgrims were on their way back when the bus came under heavy attack.
पूरे रास्ते पे हर जगह आरोपी लगी हुई है. हर जगह नाइट के दौरान नाइट एरिया डोमिनेशन कर रहे हैं हम लोग. रोड को खोलने के लिए हम लोग जो मॉडर्न गैजेट होते हैं, एंटी सबॉर्टर्स टीम के साथ उनके साथ इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. इस टीम को हेल्प करने के लिए डॉग स्क्वाड की टीम बनी हुई है, जिनको हमारे पास बड़े हाई क्वालिटी के स्निफर डॉग्स हैं हमारे पास. उनको इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। और डे एंड नाइट ऐसा कोई समय नहीं है जब हम उस रास्ते को, उस रूट को छोड़ रहे हैं।
In the light of avoiding any such untoward incident and implementing civilian safety measures, RFID radio frequency identification chips are being installed in all the vehicles to monitor them. This would be helpful to spot any unusual activities with the vehicles quickly. Drones are also being used to monitor the surroundings.
जहाँ तक हमारी नज़र नहीं जा रही है वहाँ पे ड्रोन वहाँ तक देख के हमें बता रहा है अपनी आंखों से। पिछली वर्ष जो वाहन पे अटैक हुआ था वो वाहन यात्रियों की कार्रवाई से हट करके अलग से आ रहा था, इसीलिए इस बार हम लोग RFID हर गाड़ियों में लगा रहे हैं, जिससे हमें गाड़ियों के मूवमेंट पर भी नज़र रख सकें हम और पता चल सके कि हमारा यात्री वाहन अभी किस इलाके में है।
Pakistan-backed Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists are responsible for creating insecurity in Jammu and Kashmir. They take the advantage of such mega events to carry out strikes and create fear psychosis among the people.
Pakistan is not only responsible for spreading terrorism in India but other parts of the world. And with that, we come to the end of this edition of Newsweek South Asia. We will be back next week with more news, views and analysis from the subcontinent. Meanwhile, do keep writing to us at nwsa@anin.com. This is Mariam signing off on behalf of the entire production team of Newsweek South Asia. Goodbye and take care.
You're watching TAG TV.